Taking a look at those images, we're going to get a lot of rain.
Yeah.
But we've learned a lot since the 2013 flood. For anyone that's been, a little concerned.
Yeah, and a lot of people have been asking, is this going to be the same idea? And no, it's not. And I think that a couple of key things is we had accelerated snow melt, and that enhanced the amount of water coming at us. What is somewhat similar is that we have a system stuck over us for days. That's what happened before, but there were a lot of other factors at place with 2013. Also, a lot of infrastructure that's been put in place as well to help us out. So we're not at that level, but this is certainly significant. So in the green, that is the rainfall warning. Calgary, yes, under the rainfall warning, so is Medicine Hat, and certainly up the foothills, up the mountains. In the white, that's the snowfall warning that's in place. So Kananaskis, really when you look at snow levels, 1,500 meters overnight tonight, could pick up 20 to 30 centimeters of snow, plus rain is attached to that as well. So very tricky driving conditions there over these next 24 hours. For Calgary, 40 to 80 millimeters. These are totals for the 3 days, so today and for the weekend. For Lethbridge, 40 to 80 millimeters. Medicine Hat, 40 to 80. The thing is east of the QE2, east of Highway 2, and in the southeast corner, very gusty at times, and that when we had all this water, the ground saturated, that could lead to downed trees and power outages. Okay, your 24-hour forecast for Calgary brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen. Find more than what you're expecting. And when you look at these next 24 hours, rain and thunderstorms for the evening, rain throughout the overnight hours, and then gusty and rainy with temperatures dropping throughout the day into those single digits. Cam?
Danielle is back, and I can't help but wonder, is that rain pounding on the roof? Because you could hear it.
Yeah, it's intensifying. So we talked about it intensifying in the afternoon and through these overnight hours and through tomorrow. This is when we're looking at the heaviest. Oh, look at our live shot. Yeah, it's not the best outdoor weather, is it? Yeah, this is why we're looking at significant totals, because not only are we looking at intense rain at times, but this system is stuck over us and will keep driving moisture in for quite a long period of time. We'll talk about the timeline in just a second. Also, it's cool down our temperatures. 12 degrees is the current temperature in Calgary, Lethbridge, and Milk River, 16 in Medicine Hat, and 17 in Brooks, just 10 in Pincher Creek. Okay, current temperatures closer to home here, 11 at Winsport, 10 in Cochrane, in Bragg Creek as well, 14 in Irricana, and 13 in Strathmore. Get your daily dose of greens at Serenity Golf Club, just 20 minutes east of Calgary. Okay, we talked about this yesterday. I want to say this one more time. Potential issues with this system. Really what we're looking at is such a lot of rain. In fact, in Calgary, this is a month's worth of rain almost, or yes, a month's worth in just 3 days. So that's significant, and that could create some localized flooding, basements, certainly make sure the downspouts, eavesdrops, all cleared out. And really, when we combine this with these strong wind gusts that will happen in some communities as well tomorrow, that could push over some trees because the grounds are so saturated, which could lead to power outages. So a lot going on with this system. Rainfall warnings in the green, in the white Kananaskis area, because we're looking at rain and snow, up to 30 centimeters of snow for higher elevations. And basically that snow level is 1,500 meters for the overnight hours. And then in the gray there, that's where we have the statement in place, because it will be rainy and windy, especially in the far south and basically east of QE2, east of Highway 2. So that's when we're looking at the higher chance of downed trees and power outages is in this area off to the east. 40 to 80 millimeters of rain, and I'm showing you the higher levels. Now, when you look at these higher numbers here, it's less likely to get the higher numbers, but it is a possibility, and I want to make sure you're aware of the possibility. The bullseye area is all up along the mountains here, where we could see 100+ millimeters of rain. And then Medicine Hat 40 to 80, Calgary 40 to 80, 40 to 80 around Lethbridge as well. And then again, further to the west, 100 millimeters is definitely a possibility in some localized areas. Here's a look at what it's doing right now. So embedded thunderstorms are possible in this as well, and pockets of very, very heavy rain, which is what we just saw and are seeing moving through parts of Calgary and around Calgary as well, headed towards Strathmore, for example. To give you a timeline of what you can expect, this will just keep piling piling in the rainfall into Calgary, as you can see, even the overnight hours and through tomorrow. Wind gusts tomorrow up to 50 kilometers per hour, which is not ideal as well. It should be out for the most part on Sunday, at least less intense. There will still be isolated showers possible on Sunday, and even late day thunderstorms possible Sunday and Monday. Look at these temperatures: 9 for Saturday, windy, rainy, 15 degrees by Sunday, and then 16 as we get into Monday. We'll be back into the 20s by Tuesday of next week.
So first we have to deal with the rain and the cool temperatures, and eventually it will warm back up.
Yeah, and the bulk of it is tonight through tomorrow, and then things will start to let up. We'll have some breaks, and then temperatures will slowly start to recover here. And they need to recover a lot. It's just 12 degrees right now. Today's high 13, and normal is 21. And you can see by that live shot behind us. Yep, it's rainy. It's reducing visibility. For tomorrow, just a high of 9. That will be in the morning, and then temperatures will drop throughout the day, so we'll remain in the single digits. Winds out of the north at 50 kilometers per hour, combined with heavy, heavy rain at times. On Sunday and Monday, we'll get into the teens, and that will come with rain at times and thunderstorms possible at times, but also some breaks.
So hopefully better weather for those dates for the market. Danielle joins us now with a first look at the weather. A lot of us here have memories of 2013, the big flood. Happened on this date, as a matter of fact. How does this rain event compare to what happened in 2013?
It's a good question, and it's a different setup from 2013. I think the key thing to look at and the key thing to mention is that in 2013, we had accelerated slow melts, which enhanced the amount of water coming at us. Plus, we did have a system over us that hovered over us for days and provided a lot of rainfall. So that key part is what's similar to this one. So this won't be to the extent of 2013, but this is significant, and it is a lot of rainfall. So I'm going to go over these numbers again a little later, but just to give you an idea, basically up towards the mountains, that's where we could see, that's basically the bullseye area where we could see up to 100 millimeters of rain. Kananaskis area looking under a snowfall warning right now because we're looking at snow combined with rain for tonight. And then further off to the east, Calgary included up to 80 millimeters of rain. So a lot. I will go over that a little more later, plus when we combine that with the wind and the risk that's associated with that. We're sitting at 12 degrees right now. That's what we're looking at for the evening, and tomorrow temperatures will actually take a dive throughout the day. We'll remain in those single digits, so we won't increase, we won't be any warmer, and it will be gusty and very heavy rain. The bulk of the rain is tonight and through tomorrow. More details coming up, Ian.
So Danielle, let's admit it, we're going to be soaked for the next couple of days, but looking beyond that, when will we see the sun again?
Okay, that's a great question. So the sun should peak out at times on Sunday. We're not fully done with this system by Sunday, but we will have moments where it may get a little brighter and a little warmer. This is one of the cooler days of this stretch for sure. Only 9 right now in Banff, 12 in Calgary and Lethbridge, 16 in Medicine Hat, and 10 in Pincher Creek. So this system is certainly pulling in cooler air, and yes, we're going to be cool for another day or so, and then temperatures will start to recover a little bit anyway. We talked about this yesterday, but worth mentioning again, of course, looking at the potential issues with this system. This is a lot of rain in just 3 days, and that could lead to some localized flooding, absolutely, in many communities, especially in basements, for example. So make sure the storm drains, eaves troughs, downspouts, everything by your house is cleared out and ready to go. We've already begun this, but we already have saturated ground. When you combine this with more rain and wind, that could topple trees and lead to power outages as well, especially tonight through tomorrow. All right, let's talk about the warnings that are in place. And in the green, this is the rainfall warning. In the gray, this is the statement that's in place. And I'll talk more about that in just a second. And then we have the snowfall warning. So when you look at elevation, 1,500 meters overnight tonight in the Kananaskis area, will likely switch to wet snow. Horrible driving conditions because we have rain and snow being an issue in that area. Okay, looking at amounts, basically along QE2, Highway 2 to the east, 40 to 80 millimeters is possible. I'm showing you a range because the higher end is less likely, but it's still a possibility with this. So I want to show you worst case scenario as well, because it could happen. Basically up the mountain, so all along here, 100 millimeters is possible with this. That looks like it will be the bullseye area with this system. And off to the east, we're looking at windy conditions as well through tomorrow, and that's where we get into the risk of trees getting pushed down and power outages. So that's the risk, especially for tomorrow as the winds pick up really east of QE2 and Highway 2 up to 80 kilometers per hour. Here's a look at the system. Embedded thunderstorms possible for the next few hours, and then it will mainly be just rain. Let me give you an idea of the timeline here. And rain will continually push into Calgary tonight and through tomorrow as well. When it will start to move out with regards to that consistent long-term rainfall is 5 p.m. tomorrow. And then we're looking at on and off rain possible even through Sunday too. So yes, there's a lot on the way still. 9 degrees is our high for tomorrow. Winds, a cold wind gusting out of the north at 50 kilometers per hour, and heavy rain tomorrow, and then on and off rain with thunderstorms possible Sunday and Monday, but we'll recover into the teens by then. That's your Action Furnace 5-day forecast.
That is so cool. All these sidebar stories from the G7, I just love it. Who took care of the wildlife, who took care of the food, just wonderful stories. Well, when the karaoke music begins, there's no predicting what might happen. Timothy Richards performs on occasion with the Estonian National Opera. He crushes Nessun Dorma, performed by Pavarotti and many others. And the guys in the bar lose their minds. Sam Stride and his buddies from Britain were in Estonia for his stag. He posted this on TikTok, and Richards, who is originally from Wales, says it was his first time doing karaoke.
Willing to bet there was a few drinks involved.
I was just about to say that. You know, the Brits going to Estonia for the stag. Just a little bit of alcohol there.
Also, who wants to follow that?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
did anyone sing after?
You're just going to shut the karaoke down?
Well, you know, you'd be singing the Backstreet Boys, Danielle, of course, right after that.
Thanks for dating me.
Naturally. Well, it's the perfect way to bring the cows in from the field. Big band music.
No way.
Cian Oxtoby shared this video on TikTok of cows in northern England coming when they heard Second World War era jazz music. Oxtoby says his girlfriend had a theory that cows like jazz, and it turns out she was right.
Wow.
The cows liked what they heard.
Oh, Ian,
And the song is It's Been a Long, Long Time, recorded by Harry James and his orchestra in 1945. This video has been seen 130,000 times on Oxtoby's TikTok.
They're very curious, right?
Yes.
So all you need is a little radio to get them where you want to go.
There's just not a lot going on in the field, I guess, so it's quite exciting for them. Well, we're all familiar with the photo bomb, someone who interrupts your perfect selfie. Here's an underwater version of it.
He's so cute.
GoPro posted this on their Instagram page. The fish seemed intent on getting some exposure. The video got 154,000 likes and first prize in a GoPro contest.
Really like the smile.
Yeah, he's smiling.
He's smiling.
Completes it all, right?
He looks all happy.
Are you sure
posing.
he's smiling?
Yeah.
Yes.
How can you tell?
He is.
We know.
Okay.
All right, don't need to tell you this. Looking outside, yep, it's rainy, heavy at times. I'm sure you've heard it on the roof already. And there's lots more to come. This is a lot of rain in just a few days. Okay, let's sum up precipitation for June just to put this in perspective for you. Normal amount of precipitation in the month of June, which is our rainiest month in Calgary, 112.7 millimeters. Precipitation, so rainfall as of yesterday, so before the system started, we only got 16.1 millimeters. So it's been a very dry June for us. Again, this is too much too fast. That's not great either, but we're looking at adding 40 to 80 millimeters with just this system alone in Calgary. Temperatures are cool. As you know, Banff just sitting at 9 degrees. You may even see some wet snowflakes, Banff town site. A lot of the snowfall, though, should be higher elevation. Okay, the bullseye area is basically up and along the mountains, 100 millimeters of rain possible here. As you get closer to QE2, Highway 2, 40 40 to 80 millimeters. But then tomorrow combined with windy conditions, and that could topple trees and create power outages. Here's a look at the system. Still driving lots of moisture into Calgary and much of southern Alberta. Your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free. So even embedded thunderstorms possible for the evening hours. Rain overnight tonight, and then tomorrow rainy and windy, and temperatures will drop throughout the day rather than increase. We'll be in the single digits. Gusts out of the north, 50 kilometers per hour for Calgary. Lots of rain and thunderstorms possible on the BC side, as you can see. And then basically Rocky Mountain House, Red Deer and south, rain heavy at times and much cooler temperatures. In fact, Calgary just looking at a high of 9, Lethbridge 10, Medicine Hat 14.
And the Calgary Wranglers, they've hired Brett Sutter as their new head coach, so another Sutter head coach in the Flames organization.
Where have I heard that name before?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be great. He'll be fantastic.
Okay. And as you mentioned, we have soccer and football tomorrow, which is quite a challenge in terms of weather.
That'll be an interesting one for sure, right? We got to make it interesting. We got to switch it up a little. The heaviest rain is really now in through up until 5 o'clock tomorrow in Calgary. Tomorrow will be very rainy at times and gusty out of the north at 50 kilometers per hour and a cool day. I would say tomorrow's a movie day. 15 degrees by Sunday. So we get into the teens. We recover a little bit for Sunday and Monday, but we're looking at peaks of sunshine here and there, but we're also looking at rainfall at times, still isolated showers and isolated thunderstorms possible Sunday, even in through Monday. And again, for Calgary, the potential is up to 80 millimeters of rain Friday through Sunday. Weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors. Crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. And I messed this one up yesterday, Libby Goodlift. Sorry about that, but here's your beautiful picture.
It's such a good photo. Thank you for joining us, and have a great night.